Hey guys, welcome back to CLOCKWISE Crypto. Hope you guys are moving forward in everything that you do. Diving right into a market update here. Taking a look at this article here stating the cycle is different. Now, you guys know we've talked about this time and time again, and let's look here at what exactly is being talked about here because I completely agree that this cycle is extremely different. So the head of blockchain analytics platform CryptoQuant says Bitcoin's current market cycle is like none other we've seen before because of one key reason. And the reason why I was saying it was because of the influx of funds. Let's see what this article is talking about here. The data shows an explosion in Bitcoin's realized cap for short-term whales, or the value of Bitcoin at the price where last transacted on chain divided by the number of Bitcoins among the cohort, suggesting a massive new presence of institutional money. The cycle is different. Institutional funds, 86 billion, entered Bitcoin market in the past 6 months. That alone, like I've talked about, that alone confirms that this cycle is different. This whole 4-year cycle that we've been going by and we've actually been able to profit a lot by is almost off the table because everything changed with this ETF approval. Sitting here looking at this article, he's saying here that the buying demand for Bitcoin appears to be outpacing the selling supply as the liquid inventory ratio indicator reaches an all-time low. So he's saying here the liquid inventory ratio reached an all-time low. Sell side liquidity is currently much lower than historical levels relative to demand. Okay, so what we're seeing here is, typically we would see that, there was a, sell side liquidity, and then we'd also have demand. So there's no demand, people, the retail side isn't just gobbling it up. It's just really institutional, levels, institutional funds, institutional, large amounts of money in these big entities that are accumulating at rapid rates, but you're not really seeing a lot of retail demand, which is really what pushed previous market cycles. Before, it was just retail just pushing, buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin was within reach back then, guys. Bitcoin was, pretty, it's easy for us to say that now, right? Bitcoin was within reach when we were at 20,000, 18,000. Now we are at 70K, give or take, right? And, we're not seeing that same push outside of the whales that are buying. Okay. So looking here, you can see kind of the play, according to analyst expert, liquid inventory ratio is calculated by dividing the total sell side inventory by the 30-day Bitcoin balance change. Okay. And you see the sell side is heading down, right? So all exchanges, including GBTC holdings, sell side liquidity inventory, and then the demand for accumulation addresses are going up. Okay, so it's it's very something. It's something to see. I think for me and how I look at these markets, you can see here the realized cap for short-term whales. Okay, so short-term whales meaning they're in and out. This institutional funds, 86 billion entered the Bitcoin market in the past 6 months, but from a short-term standpoint, they're calling them short-term whales. They're not long-term holders. So they're whales, but they're just new addresses. Okay. Before we would look at the whales and they would pretty much be addresses they've been holding for 5+ years. Okay. Some even longer than that. So now the markets are changing because what do these big banks do? They dump when they want to dump and they buy when they want to buy. It's not like before when it's mostly retail and you can kind of get an idea of what price levels are going to be accumulated at. So this is very interesting and I'm very excited to see how this plays out. This is an interesting point and I think it confirms what we've been talking about, that the biggest change is the ETF and then how that is impacting the markets. That's what we're seeing right now. So very interesting to see that. As we look at the markets here, we see Bitcoin sitting at 69,641. Extreme greed. People are getting the FOMO into it. And we also see some news that, Fidelity filed an S1 form for spot Ethereum ETF with staking included. So, Ethereum's not going anywhere despite the potential legal battles that they are dealing with. Ethereum's not going anywhere, guys. Ethereum's not going anywhere. And we see pretty much a ton of ranging right now. You know, not really a lot of red, but I wouldn't say very green either, in comparison to where I think we should be. If we were in, you know, previous cycles pre-ETF, I would say that, you know, we should be exploding right now, right? With these ETF, like it said in the article, this is going to change the game. How we've seen and viewed everything previously, you know, I think we just need to look at it with a different set of eyes and realize that market conditions change, and scenarios change, fundamentals change, obviously. So with that, we see Bitcoin sitting at this level, and then we also see, you know, pretty much another respected level at 70,000. We see a couple of wicks, and this is the daily time frame. Go to the weekly time frame. You know, looks pretty a bullish candle. Nothing irregular there, but definitely looking at the daily, we do see here that you know, a little bit respect at this level. We didn't clear a new high yet, so definitely be on alert. On their stochastics, we did go under 25. We just grazed 25. Price didn't, but momentum did, and then up towards 80 we go. So we'll see if we make a new all-time high and to get into new territory that we've never seen before. Ethereum pretty much doing the exact same thing from a price action standpoint, so looking out for that. HBAR as well. HBAR, you know, everything is reliant on the success of Bitcoin, so that is one thing that is remaining the same. Everything's relying on the success of Bitcoin. So we will continue to analyze this. We will continue to give you market updates, because what is happening is very exciting, guys. So hope you guys got some value out of this video. Keep moving forward in everything that you do. We'll see you soon.